Where you come hear something?
There is a silent war taking place, and majority of people are unaware, because even to be aware of it, you must be able to connect the dots. Okay, and the target is food supply. The globalists are quietly, through the government of the nations, of the countries, trying to force new restrictions, new laws, new regulations on farmers all over the world. Okay, it is taking place in Europe, it is taking place in Asia, in India, in Spain, it is taking place in France, in Ireland, in the UK. It is actually happening in Nigeria, but people do not understand, and it is being done through the Boko Haram. But I'll explain that later. This has been done, or this has been taking place for over 4 years now, since 2022, 2023. Okay, and remember, like I said in the previous video, that 2020 to 2030 is the decade, the golden decade, the decade of transition. And they are setting up structures, the globalists are setting up structures to aid the new world order, the Antichrist system. Remember what was said in Revelation chapter 13 verse 14 to 17, that no man will be able to buy or sell except he takes the mark. So they are trying to force the farmers, okay, to accept those laws, these restrictions, these regulations, transfer, of control over the food supply to enforce Revelation chapter 13. The farmers, however, are fighting back. We are seeing protests all over the world. Okay, like I said, this is taking place quietly and it's not being talked about in the media. And all this is by the influence of the black horse rider. Amongst the many regulations and laws, farmers are being forced to use GMO seeds. The United States has fully adopted the GMO seed system, and you can rarely see organic fruits or whole foods in the United States that has seeds. Okay, this is because majority of the fruits and whole foods are GMO, and this is why Europe, this is why India is fighting against GMOs, because they understand the effect it has on the people. Okay, not just on the farmlands but also on the people. Unfortunately, Africa, Nigeria has also adopted and accepted these GMO seeds. You must understand that GMO has low nutritional value. GMO does not produce replantable seeds. Okay, you have to buy seeds from these corporations like the Monsanto, and that is what they want, to control the food supply, to restrict those who have access to seeds, to restrict those who have access to farmlands. And so not only are the globalists trying to take over the seeds or to control seeds, okay, they are bringing in restrictions, tax laws through the government. Okay, so it appears to be the government passing new laws, but these things are done by the globalists. They are also trying to take over the farmlands and to reduce the control of the farm owners over their produce, and that is why you're seeing the protests. So this is why I keep saying, get yourself a land, get yourself into agriculture, because a man-made famine is coming. This is also why you're seeing someone like Bill Gates buying off farmlands. The aim is control, food supply, because once they can control food, they can control humanity. And as we draw closer to 2030, they will try to implement these laws and restrictions all over the world. Okay, remember, these things have been done in silence. So while the people are distracted with the endless wars, they are implementing and setting structures. So that is why we have the advantage as believers to use the time we have left, the 4 years left, to own your own land, to go into agriculture.